Radio, television, Bandara Ipoh. Morning Ipoh with KT, episode number 19. Wow, how time flies. And this morning, the greatest pleasure, without pressure, for me to have a conversation and chat with an Ipoh girl who made it so great, a figure in the nation and also on the global scale. Joining me this morning is none other than Miss Amy Nurtinie Abdul Aziz. Good morning.
Good morning, Katie.
How are you feeling?
Well, so far so good. I'm honored to be a part of your show. Thank you for inviting me. And growing up, looking at KT, so one day I want to be a good MC like him. And coming from Ipoh as well. So thank you so much for having me. And I'm excited and honored to be here.
Wow, what a great start. You just went right into the pathway and you just went zoom in. Fantastic. But as for me, it's been a norm for me to welcome all our multiracial audience from different races, ages, places and places by saying Salam Sejahtera, Wanyi Daja, Ciao Chang Hao, Kalian Wanakam, Sagodra Saudagale, Sastrikal, Kopi Wosian, and welcome. Amy, let's get straight into our conversation this morning. Where were you born and where did you study? Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay. So obviously I'm Ipoh Mali. I'm from Ipoh. I'm born in Ipoh Perak. And Hospital Permaisuri Bainon.
Wow.
It used to know as Hospital Permaisuri Bainon last time.
Yes.
So, and I had my secondary school in SMK Ulu Kinta. And also, I'm actually still based in Ipoh, but I go back and forth to KL because my work mostly in KL. And I'm 25 years old this year. I have 3 siblings, all girls. And my mom has a wedding boutique, salon and spa in Ipoh. So whenever I don't have any shootings, I will be around in Ipoh to help her with her business. And I'm also doing modeling, acting, hosting, emceeing, and also a beauty queen.
Wow, that is definitely a bit of everything that you can do. But definitely, I believe, Amy, your beginning will be a direction, a focus where you want to begin something which is incredible. Who, may I say, is your biggest inspirer, your motivator that focus you to move on into this particular entertainment industry, as I say?
Well, I started modeling at the age of 4 years old.
Wow.
So obviously, I think because my mom saw the potential in me, because I'm not a shy person, I'm very outspoken. I love to be on stage, to be on camera. So my first competition, or maybe my first show, was in Ipoh Parade. It was a wedding fashion show. I was a flower girl, a very cute one. Hopefully. So yeah, she's the one that support me and encouraged me to be in model industry. And after a while, I joined pageant industry because I believe that I get to express myself more when I join pageant. Because when modeling, we just walk and showcase the outfit. I don't really get to expose myself. But when I join pageant, I believe that I can let people hear my voice, have my own advocacy. So that's how I started. And my mom is my biggest inspiration. And she showed me the true meaning of determination, hard work, and she's I would say, my icon, yeah.
You've spoken it very well, I can see. This morning, the eloquency, the way you've spoken is so much more improved to the first time I knew you. Amy, you're no stranger to me. We mentioned about Ipoh Parade, I was there. I too started my career as a DJ come MC in small events. But they always say there's a combination of success by going slowly and surely, steady towards success. And you have shown that. So today, our idea of having this incredible channel is to inspire the younger generation. Hey, how Amy came to this point. It wasn't easy, but because she dedicated herself, she was motivated, she persevered, and she used her mother as a stepping stone to where she is today. Definitely an incredible story to share. I've seen your background and biodata in Google.
Oh,
it's like who's who in Hollywood. But I will change it again, is who's who in Ipoh Wood.
Yes.
You have made Ipoh proud. And this Ipoh came from as early as Tan Sri Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
Right? A beauty queen, making it big, taking part in James Bond movies.
Yes.
And right now doing so pretty well. So Amy, what do you think will be your succession plan moving forward? Can I just mention to you, if you're able to tell me, what will you be doing, let's say, 5 years from now?
Well, since my forte would be hosting and emceeing, because I love hosting and emceeing. Watching KT, it makes me feel like maybe one day I could be like him. So I would love to have my own TV show, like Ellen DeGeneres show,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
something like that, like Oprah Winfrey show. Hopefully one day it'll be teeny show.
Yep.
And also I want to have my own brand, my own business, maybe in beauty line or fashion line, who knows, one day. And helping to grow my mom business as well. And I want to have my own pageant academy, because in Malaysia we don't have pageant academy that is very successful, or I would say well known, because we have, like, for example, model academy, but not
Yes.
pageant academy. Something like in Philippines they have the pageant academy, that why they are more strong when it comes to pageant industry compared to Malaysia. So that is what I wanted to do. That's why I've been gaining experience, living here and that, so that I have my own academy future, and maybe I have my own family. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. So you see, you can see that you're such focused, your mind is set to this particular industry. And I agree with you, because there are many models, from my experience, who are good in their catwalk. They are so professional. But once you give them a microphone, oh God, that's where you can see the fear, the stammering, the shivering, that the mouth is unable to speak. So what I believe, Amy, you have really spoke spot on about having a pageantry industry that requires you not only good in catwalking, but also in public speaking. It is so important for us to speak well. Like today, I'm actually in awe. I'm actually surprised to see the transformation of you. I think I've known you since you were since you're 10 years old. You know, that's why I
Yeah.
see a lot of hair.
And it reminded me of last time when Mr. Katy Pillay was judging me for Miss Perak Tourism for our public speaking challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember you, Tini. You were so smart and so focused in remembering all the art murals. And I was impressed. I said, look, you did your homework. Compared to some of the other contestants who went there and couldn't speak well, they just spoke on an average of surface, because we always believe is, when you speak, what is your take-home message?
True.
Did you inspire me? Did you bring something that hit my heart that I can remember? I remember I gave you the highest mark that day.
Oh, thank you so
Not
much.
because I know you, but because you have mentioned and told us what is good about Ipoh. At that time, the murals were the one which were the attraction, right? And you was spot on. That means you spoke about something which is so recent, something connected to Ipoh, and you became something like the ambassadress of Ipoh Perak. Wow, so interesting, and so much nuggets taking back home. You took part in a lot of pageants,
True.
including international ones.
True.
Can you please share with us your experience taking the Malaysian flag onto the international border, across, bringing Malaysia to be well known in the global scale? How was the experience?
It was like a dream come true, because the first thing that I wanted to when I joined pageant is I want to bring Malaysian name to the global level and internationally. So back then, people always like say that you couldn't do that, you know, like, because, you know, as a Malay, yeah. So, but I try to prove them wrong, because I believe that pageantry is not only about showing your body, your physical, it's also about your advocacy, your stand, your voice. Because for me, whenever I join pageant, I will definitely do my research and study. For example, I joined, my first international pageant was Miss Lumi International World. It was the first edition of the pageant, and it's about women empowerment. So at that time I was 21. I think I'm still young at that time. Yeah, and I have no experience competing in international level. But somehow I don't really believe that I will win that time, because I think, okay, I'm just gonna gain experience. That's it, and I'm gonna come back stronger if I don't win. But with luck, I managed to get a second runner-up, competing with 30 countries.
Wow.
And then after that, I came back and I joined local pageants in Malaysia, like Miss Malaysia Kebaya. And then I also joined Miss Malaysia World back in 2018. I'm the only Malay that time, because swimsuit round was no more. So I'm able to join, and I'm trying to bring some newness in pageant industry in Malaysia. And somehow I managed to get top 18. And then with luck as well, a month after that, they offered me to be Miss Eco Malaysia, to represent Malaysia in Egypt, where I have like less than a month to prepare. And Miss Eco International is actually associated with United Nations. And they're about eco-tourism and also environment. So we need to have our own projects regarding eco-tourism environment. So I went there to compete in Egypt with 70 countries. And with luck, I was able to win the crown as Miss Eco International, and I was the reigning queen for 2 years.
Wow.
And I just went to Egypt last February, and I came back on April. So the new winner right now is Miss South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's definitely overwhelming experience, something new. I get to get new friends all around the world, get to exchange our culture and knowledge, and hopefully that I've made Malaysia and Ipoh proud.
Yeah. Yes, you have spoken it so well, Amy. I know that you are ready for such incredible pressure, as they say, bringing the title onto something to do with eco. That's also very important for us to make sure that we preserve the environment for the younger and newer generation to come. So from pageantry, from knowing what you can do, you went on into local films. As you can see, your name now is memang hebat, memang padat, memang tepat, the timing of it. How was the transformation from being a beauty queen, turning that experience into acting, I would say, as an actress? How's the experience been, the transformation? Share with us.
Oh, well, in the first place, I never thought that I can act.
Yeah, okay.
My mom always like, oh, you cannot act, you cannot act. So I was like, maybe I cannot act, but I can do host. But I believe you never know what's going to happen in the future. So one day, a production manager contacted me and asked me to come for casting.
Okay.
So I went. It's for Astro First. It's a super tally under Dato' Awi.
Oh, okay.
So I went for casting and I got the role. It's about, the title is quite funny, but the title is 10 Tips Tipu Bini. So 10 Tips Tipu Bini is actually a comedy super tele. And after that, I got so many offers as well. And I get to try so many roles. I've tried Bimbo Girl. I've tried as a Pontiana.
Wow.
I've tried a girl who is sick. She has leukemia stage 4.
Wow.
And also, I've got to try a role as a naughty little sister as well. So it's an experience that is very interesting because you get to try so many roles. You get to be someone else other than yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, Tini, if I were to have this conversation, we can talk till tomorrow morning.
I know.
Okay, because there's so much to share. And the next question I'm going to ask you is, among all the roles, which you think is the most memorable, the most challenging? But hold on, please, because you know why? Time is up for session 1. We're going to take a short break right now as we bring you the second session in a short while. We go on to commercial break. And don't forget, join us in session 2, Morning Ipoh with Katie session here, together with Miss Amy Nurtinie Abdul Aziz. Radio, television, Bandaraya Ipoh, Morning Ipoh with KT, the second session. We had a great session during the first one, which I couldn't even stop, but I was putting the handbrake, trying to control myself that we need to continue. And now we are here, bigger, brighter and better, together with Amy Nurtinie. Amy, you've spoken about your acting, taking part in so many incredible movies, but there will be definitely a drama or a movie that you took part, which was very challenging, which was really unforgettable, which was really tough maybe. Can you share one experience with us that you never ever forget?
I think the most recent one that I acted would be the most challenging role that I have ever done, because it involved a lot of crying scene. It involved of me being totally sick because I have cancer, stage 4, leukemia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I even get to experience how they buried me, how they kapan in the Malay way, the Islam way.
Great.
So it's definitely one of the most challenging, because I never thought that I'm able to nail it because it's definitely very difficult, because crying scene is actually very hard, and you need to feel the moment, you need to really be in the character, because I'm imagining myself like, what if I really have cancer? What if my mom is the one that will be seeing me that I'm going to be dying first, It's something that's very challenging. So thank God I managed to pull it, and just hopefully when the drama came out, it would be successful.
Wow, interesting. I never knew that would be your answer. I thought maybe it's some bungee jumping you did,
No.
or somebody threw you into a lake, or someone asked you to speak in Tamil, I'm not sure, but you have spoken it very well. But stage 4 cancer, to get you to feel that particular agony, the pain, how do you get the inspiration? Do you visit another cancer patient? Do you watch YouTube? How do you get, people say empathy meaning thinking how the person feels, the pain the person is going through. How are you able to bring that feelings to life like a real cancer patient?
To be honest, actually, the shooting was supposed to be done around March, but because due to lockdown, we have to postpone it. So by taking advantages of that, I watched a lot of movies, and also I tried to contact few of my friends that have experience, not from them, but from their relatives and from their friends as well. So I'm trying my best to be in that character, to really feel the moment, because me and my mom is really close. So I'm imagining like, what if I have cancer and she's the one who'll be taking care of me, and it will be very devastated for her to see that her lovely daughter pass away first before her, So I've tried to imagine that when I'm doing the drama.
Wow.
Yeah.
Truly interesting. Something that we learn every day. Something that we share and we care, we visualize, and we are indeed very, very fortunate to still be around after the devastating pandemic, which have turned to endemic. So we will continue to stay safe. So, Amy, let's now switch our focus back to where we belong. We are both born in Ipoh. We are both very proud Ipohites. As for me, I'm always proud to being friends over here. I always call Ipoh heaven on earth. We have everything over here, good food, friendly people, fantastic, incredible places, not too much of a traffic jam and so forth. Amy, how do you see Ipoh City from your eyes compared to a few years ago?
Growing up in Ipoh, I would say there's so much improvement. A lot of things have been done to make Ipoh, I say, more cleaner city. And I believe our mayor have done his best, and also the city council. And I believe us as the citizens as well should do our part. We cannot only depends on the city council or the mayor to make Ipoh a cleaner city. We should do our part as well. By doing simple things, like when you see rubbish on the street, just pick it up and throw it in the trash bin. Something that is very simple, but I believe little by little, by doing that, will become more, I would say, cleaner city and better city, I would say.
Again, you have hit the nail right on the spot, because Datuk Rumaizi Baharin has already mentioned that Ipoh visualize and want to be the cleanest city in Malaysia in the year 2023. And as mentioned earlier by you, it is the job of every citizen, not only the council, not only the employees, to do their part. Like if you are in neighboring country Singapore, do you dare to throw a cigarette butt?
No.
Or even a tissue? I think you dare not do it, right? You'll be fined on the spot. So I believe, Tini, like what you have mentioned very clearly is, to keep Ipoh City is to have a sense of belonging.
True.
Is to show others that, hey, and I can see the employees, even this morning, coming with a blower and blowing the streets. They are cleaning up. I can see so much focus and attention being brought to Ipoh. And this is the way. Bring back Ipoh to its glory. Right? Together we can do it. And I believe you, as the Ipoh ambassadors, I would like to say, is to bring this focal point. Do you always travel to Ipoh in KL? I mean, where do you actually stay now? Ipoh or KL? How do you do it?
I'm actually still based in Ipoh, but most of my work are in KL, so I travel back and forth. Because sometimes also because of I'm working with RTM as well.
Oh.
Yeah, for 6 years already. So most of the shootings are done sometimes in Terengganu, sometimes in Langkawi, sometimes in Sabah. So I've been traveling a lot, but I'm still in Ipoh. My heart is still in Ipoh.
Well said. I could see the smile, the radiant eyes that you have shown with true sincerity and warmness. Amy, many young girls inspire to be like you, but some just gave up. Some just, they say in Bahasa Malaysia, putus asa. They just couldn't do it. So you have gone through this elevation of success. You have gone through tribulations. You have gone through ups and downs, definitely. What will be your sincere advice to the younger generation girls, I would say, to be what they want to be, to inspire about their passion, and how they're going to do it in a proper way?
First thing I would say, nothing comes easy, because I started my journey at the age of 4 and now I'm 25. So it's a very, very, very long journey, and I get my first international crown at the age of 23. So imagine from 4 years old to 23 is a very long journey. So never give up, because when people say that you cannot do it, prove them wrong, because you are the one who can convince them if you want them to be convinced in you. And listen to your parents as well, because their blessing is very important. And I believe my mom's blessing is what makes me who I am today. And she's always with me. She's like my shadow. She's always with me whenever I go. And yeah, never give up. Always believe in yourself. Have faith in yourself. And never believe that once you did not succeed means that you will not succeed forever. So that's how it works for me. Hopefully it works for you too.
That is great advice. Of course, for every human being, every individual, there will be different factors put in. But the magical words is listen to your parents, right? And make sure that you are in this focal mind. Just like what I did, Amy. I never knew that I could have gone to this stage of success. But because I believe in myself and I think that I can do it, so we can do it together. The family's blessing, the support must be there. You must be focused. And let me tell you, after this pandemic, it is even more difficult. Only the fittest and the best will survive. So we need to what? Re-energize, revitalize, rethink, replan, and restart. But definitely, thank God the borders are now open. We're able to get back into normalcy, slowly and steadily. So use this. Don't ponder, wonder, and yonder. Just think what you can do to move forward. Because people like you and me, we have already seen the light across the dark tunnel. There is always a silver lining if you believe in yourself. This morning has been such an incredible, fantastic morning. Tini, my last question is something now and beyond.
Okay.
Yes. How would you see Ipoh City 5 years from today? From your eyes?
Wow. So when we're talking about the mayor just now, when he said that he wanted to make Ipoh City the cleanest city in 2023,
yes.
I believe that it will be something that is great, and I hopefully that it will be true. And we have to take our part as well to make it come true, because you can only depend on the mayor and the city council as well. And I believe there will be so much improvement, and I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. You know, Amy, I've known you for 15 years. You know what is my next idea of success? Is to share the stage together with you as co-MCs.
Wow, that would be an honor for me.
Wow, me too. So, I mean, let's try to find a way that we're able to just put our minds together. I find that your English speaking is so eloquent, and you are such a witty person. Able, you know, this morning, did not even prepare what to ask you. Yeah, you just came up on an impromptu basis. We just spoke like we were friends. We just spoke like what we were before. But let me tell you, you are ready to go on to the international platform, and we are very proud because this is a Ipoh Mali. Made the Ipoh product, I say, from Ulu Kinta, right now shining across Ipoh, Perak, Malaysia on a global scale. You know what, Amy? I wish you all the very best. With your dedication, with your perseverance and focus, I know you can go very far.
Thank
so
you.
we are always behind you, backing you up, and remember to make Ipoh proud. This is really fantastic. Any parting words as a farewell?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me and inviting me, Mr. KT Pillay. It's such an honor to be in the same show as Mr. KT Pillay, growing up, looking up to him, and hopefully one day we'll be able to share the same stage like he mentioned earlier. And thank you so much, Ipoh. I would never be more than happy to be Ipoh Mali girl, and forever will be Ipoh Mali girl. And whoever who's watching this right now, if you're not from Ipoh, you are more than welcome to come to Ipoh to visit Ipoh, because we have very good, delicious food, we have nice places to visit, and also hopefully we'll be the cleanest country, the cleanest city in 2023.
What a fantastic, incredible words of farewell from Amy Nurtinie. You just listened to her, ladies and gentlemen. So, Morning Ipoh with Katie comes to an end. Before I say that, thank you very much. Terima kasih, Sesini, Mkoisai, Mikanandri, and Waltuka.